Hi, good day. Maayong adlaw or maayong gabi. This is a short video discussion on how to use Microsoft Excel in computing your Pearson R correlation. Follow along with the steps and you will learn it very efficiently. Let us start. Let us once again review the types of variables. You have the categorical versus numerical. Again, categorical is more on describing something or somebody in words, while numerical is more on numbers. Now, the question is, when do we use Pearson R correlation or somehow related to Spearman rule? We use Pearson R correlation if we have two the same variables of the same types. For instance, the academic performance, which is in a form of the grades, and students, let's say, scores in national achievement test, not exam. Those are two the same variables, numerical versus numerical. Then you can use the Pearson R correlation. Now, you can also use categorical versus categorical in Pearson R or Spearman rule correlation. How? For instance, your research title is, should I say, supervisory skills of teachers and their relationship to their students. When you ask the question, when you try to measure the level of supervisory skills of the teachers, you let them answer the questions which are answerable by strongly agree, agree, disagree, strongly disagree. That is categorical in a quantified way. While the other variable, which is the relationship with their students, you can also ask them questions which are answerable by strongly agree, agree, disagree, strongly disagree. So both are categorical variables. They are both quantified by assigning scores to the ranking or to the scale, strongly agree 4, agree 3, and so on. They are both categorical variables, then you can easily use Pearson R correlation. That's it. Again, when can you use the Pearson R or Spearman rule correlation? When you have two variables of the same type, numerical versus numerical, or categorical versus categorical. Let us proceed now to the Microsoft Excel, how to utilize this said statistical treatment, Pearson R. Okay. So, while watching this video, you may open your Microsoft Excel so that you may practice it with me. First step, suppose you have 30 respondents, respondent number 1 to number 30. First step again is to construct the first column for the first variable's data. Second column for the second variable's data. In this example, I am correlating the supervisory skills of teachers in the students' perception or perspective. So students were able to rate their teachers' supervisory skills, how they manage the class, while the second variable is self-evaluation. That means teachers rate themselves as to how they were able to be good in leadership skills or supervisory skills. So, is there the null hypothesis would be stated this way: there is no significant relationship between students' evaluation and self-evaluation of teachers' supervisory skills. While the alternative hypothesis or the H sub A or H sub 1 will say there is significant relationship between self-evaluation of the teachers and the students' evaluation of the teacher's supervisory skills. Now, how are you going to find the 3.78? So again, you are just going to go back to the survey questionnaires. For instance, I have here a data. Students' evaluation. Ayan. Okay. Respondent number 1. Okay. For the student evaluation, you have 3.78, and for the self evaluation, you have 3.68. Hold on for a moment. It's a little bit loading. Loading mo na eh. Okay, so you have respondent number 1. These are the questions, question number 1 to question number 10. You have here question number 1 to question number 10. All you are going to do is to add all their scores. Example, the score for number 1 is strongly agree. That means 4. So you're going to add 4 plus 3 plus 4, for instance. 4 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1, and divide it by the total number of questions, which is, in this example, 10. So the mean now is 3.78. So again, just add all their scores and divide it by total number of questions. How are you going to identify the scores? Example, question number 1, the respondent responded strongly agree. Therefore, that is 4. Agree, 3 points. 2, that is disagree. 1 point is strongly disagree. Okay, question by question, score by score, add them, divide by 10. If there are 10 questions, depending on your questions. If the question is composed of 15 questions, then you divide it by 15. Okay, that is your mean for respondent number 1. Okay, and so on for the respondent number 2. Let me go back to the Pearson R correlation. Hold on. Sheet. Okay, this Pearson R demo sheet. No. Okay, so you have supervisory skills of teachers, students evaluation. This is according to the students, and the other one is the mean for their own evaluation. So let us see their correlation if they are coinciding to each other. As you can see, students evaluation is greater but their evaluation is less than. But as you can see here in this another variable, 3.65 for the students evaluation but less than. Or also here, you have students evaluation 378 less than ang self-evaluation. So they really vary to each other. That's why we use the Pearson R correlation. Now, how to use this? So let me erase this so that we'll use it step by step. So just use another cell to find the Pearson R correlation. So it is very easy. Just use the formula equals. Again, the formula is equals Pearson, that is Pearson. Pearson. Ayan, it will come out. Click, double click, and open parenthesis. Then highlight the data of the range number 1 or the variable number 1. Highlight everything, click comma, and for the second variable, you're going to highlight everything, highlight. That is for the second variable, highlight, and click enter. That's it. That is your Pearson R value. Very simple. Again, formula equals Pearson R, open parenthesis, highlight all the data from variable number 1, comma, highlight all the data for variable number 2. Click enter. That's it. Now for the N, we know N is the number of sample size. How many respondents do you have? 30. That's it. There are 30 respondents. For the test statistics, okay, before we have the test statistics, let us solve for the degrees of freedom. Degrees of freedom, just subtract the N to 1. So that is 30 minus 1. Click 30 minus 1, that is 20. That is your degrees of freedom. Now let us solve for the T statistics. For the T statistics, we use the formula T equals R times the square root of N minus 2 all over square root of 1 minus R squared. Now, how to type it in the Microsoft Excel? Let me zoom it in a little bit. How to type it in? Just click equals, open parentheses, click R. What's R? This one is our Pearson R value. Times square root. What's square root? SQRT. That is the square root function or command. Times the square root of, you may enclose this with parentheses. Square root of n, what is our n? 30 minus 2 close parentheses, another close parentheses, and another close parentheses. That sums up for the numerator. Then divide it by the denominator of open parentheses, square root of 1 minus the quantity of another parentheses r, highlight the r, which is 0.27, squared, that is ampersand, just this symbol ampersand, that is shift 6, no? And then 2 close parentheses, another close parentheses, and another close parentheses. That's it. Click enter. That is, oh my god, what happened? Oh, okay, what happened to this? 1 minus r. Oh, okay. You click this r. Okay, that's it. Click enter. What happened? Again, let me repeat. You have f5 square root of f7, that is 30 minus 2, okay, over square root of 1 minus r. 1 minus r. Okay. So, you delete this. 1 minus r squared. That's it. Okay? That is your t statistics 1.54. Okay? And the last one is the p-value. The formula is just equals t distribution. Okay? T distribution. Just highlight, just click the test statistics, which is, or the Pearson R, which is the 0.27, comma, degrees of freedom 29, comma, how many tails? There are 2 tails. 2 tails, click enter. That's it. That is your p-value. That is your p-value, 0.7823. Now, your Pearson R is 0.278. Okay. So, is that a positive correlation or a negative correlation? That is a positive correlation. Okay. So, therefore, there is significant difference between what? Between the self-evaluation and the student's evaluation. Okay, that is a positive. And also, for the p-value, which is 0.78, diba, we know that the alpha is 0.05. And again, if the p-value is greater than the alpha, which is 0.05, then we accept the null hypothesis that there is no significant relationship between the two, right? Okay, how is that possible? Okay, now if it is less than, then we say there is no, there is, yeah, there is, hold on. So again, if, yeah, if the p-value is greater than the alpha, that means we accept the null hypothesis. Again, no, if it is less than 0.05 or the alpha, then we reject the null hypothesis. So in this case, how do we say? Your test statistics is 1.53. Okay. So in your research paper, you are just going to indicate the degrees of freedom is 29. Computed Pearson R is, just click equal, it is 0.278, just a very small correlation. And then the p-value is how much? 0.78. That's it. Your decision on null hypothesis, okay, decision on null hypothesis should be, okay, we should, okay, is it accept or reject? Okay, let us go back once again. You have the, you have this table, okay, look at here. If it is positive 0.27, look at here, weakly positive, no, that is weakly positive. Therefore, we say decision on null hypothesis, this is positive, so we reject the null hypothesis, reject the H0. Therefore, there is, what are you going to say? There is significant difference, okay? Though a little bit significant difference between what? Between the student's evaluation and teacher's perception on her or his supervisory skills. So again, how are you going to identify if it is rejected null hypothesis? If it is positive, then we reject the null hypothesis. Then we accept the alternative hypothesis, which is there is significant difference. So that's it. That is how you are going to use the Pearson R correlation. You may now you may go back to the video and repeat so that you may know the steps. This is Pearson R and test statistics. The formula, look at the formula. Degrees of freedom just -1. P-value is T dest, and click X degrees of freedom and test. Okay, that's it for this video, and thank you for watching.